what we can do.
Hello and welcome back to our coverage on the ongoing situation in Sydney, Australia, where two suspects have been arrested and reports of a shooting on the first day of a Hanukkah event have taken place. Now, reports have from Australian media have said that 10 people have reported to have been killed in the attack. However, we'll of course confirm those reports when we get the confirmed information. We have some reactions coming in, and Israeli President Isaac Herzog has released a statement on the Bondi Beach shooting. Let's listen in to his statement.
In these very moments, our sisters and brothers in Sydney, Australia, are being attacked by vile terrorists in a very cruel attack on Jews who went to light the first candle of Hanukkah on Bondi Beach. Our heart goes out to them. Our heart misses a beat. The entire nation of Israel misses a beat in this very moment as we pray for the recovery of the wounded. We pray for them, and we pray for those who've lost their lives. We send our warmest strength from here, from Jerusalem, and we repeat our alert time and again to the Australian government to seek action and fight against the enormous wave of anti-Semitism which is plaguing Australian society. Let's hope for better news, and we hope to see them all healing.
We're now joined by Major General Sudhakar G. He's an international relations and defence expert, joining us live from New Delhi. Major General G, always a pleasure to talk to you, usually in much better circumstances than this. Of course, this is a hugely significant attack. Police have now confirmed that 10 people have died at this on this attack in Sydney. We do not, however, know the motive of the two individuals which are said to have been the perpetrators of said attack. Can I get your instantaneous reaction to hearing this news?
Yeah, Thomas, good afternoon. Thank you for getting me for your show. It's a terrible news to break with, and but this is certainly not expected from a country like Australia. So my heart goes out to the deceased soul. May their soul rest in peace. May God bless them. But having said that, let me tell you that this is the ugly face of terrorism to my mind. Being a geopolitical analyst, I personally feel perhaps the caliphate is extending, or it has already extended right up to Australia and beyond. So this could be a targeted killing of the Israelis who had gone to light the candle on the festival they observe. It could be that, or it could be an extension of the ongoing conflict in the Middle East as a retaliation. Perhaps there could be some footprint, some linkage of the Hamas. And at the moment, it would be too premature to comment. But we have to have patience and await for investigations or some kind of inputs coming to light. Only then we can join the dots and come to a conclusion. But at the moment, I pray for the people of Australia. My heart reaches out to the people over there, and may God give them strength and courage to face this challenge, and let the entire humanity come together, find a common solution to counter the terrorism all over the world. Back to you, Thomas.
Yeah, and of course, as you've said, it's crucial that we don't speculate, and we don't know the suspects' aims here. All we do know is what the police have said, and the police have said that 10 individuals have now been killed in the famous Sydney tourist spot of Bondi Beach. However, what we do know is that anti-Semitic attacks have been rife in Australia since October the 7th. Let's excuse the religious angle of this just for a minute. When an attack of this scale happens in a country, especially like Australia, who has extremely tight gun rules, which sees mass shootings on a very, very rare occurrence, what does this signal internationally?
You see, a couple of things are coming to my mind, being a military man. Firstly, it is happening at a place of tourism attraction. And it's a tourist event taking place, and that again goes to reinforce the footprint of terrorism which India in Pahalgam it had actually manifested. The places of tourists or places of interest of tourism are being attacked across the board all over the world. There are a couple of two, three more examples which have happened which have not caught the limelight, but two of these are very important. One is Australia, one is India. And the second point that comes to my mind is that at the moment, you're right, it will be too premature on our part to speculate and come to any conclusion. But suffice to say that it is a premeditated act. People have kept the activities under observation, and there are linkages to be actually joined to come to a comprehensive conclusion. So there are handlers, there are forces inimical to the growth story, or be it Australia or country like India, and there is a factor of terrorism everywhere. So we need to actually guard against this. We have to be very careful. The police and the security apparatus has to be rather proactive in order to deter these kind of movements by the forces inimical to the safety and the stability of any region. Last but not the least, why Bondi? Bondi has, I don't think in the history they have had any case of terrorist attack. But if this is taking place in a like Bondi in Australia, in Sydney, perhaps we need to actually think much more in detail and find out the root cause as to why is it happening. Is there anything else? Maybe there could be a large number of sleeper cells around Sydney, and so the sleeper cells are being activated gradually by different terrorist groups who are operating. Maybe an extension of ISIS. You never know. I have been reading a lot in open source. So let's hold our horse and wait for the findings and the investigation reports to come. At the moment, I would only urge the people not to panic, keep calm, and look around for shelter. Don't move out of the houses. Stay at home and be very safe and secure. Ask for the security from the security apparatus, because it's 10 is a big number. It could be much more. So let's wait for the figures also to come in. And this is a blatant and open,
Yes.
broad daylight kind of attack which is taking place.
Ben Aris joins us as well. Ben, eyewitnesses, of course, and local confirmation says that this did happen near a Hanukkah event on Bondi Beach. This motive, however, is not confirmed. How do global security agencies assess the risk to Jewish communities right now, especially in a country like Australia where mass shootings are so infrequent? Okay, we are joined by Sudhakaji. Once again, Sudhakaji, same question to you. We have to say this motive isn't confirmed, but how would the global security agencies assess the risk to Jewish people right now? Of course, we've saw embassy security heightened after the killing of those two embassy workers in Washington, D.C. earlier this year. The first day of Hanukkah, it's 12 days of festivities. How do you think people, Jewish people, will be feeling worldwide after this attack?
Is that question meant for me, Thomas?
Yes, it is.
Well, goes without saying, it would put them absolutely insecure, and it would scare them to death, I would say, because it's a kind of a revisit of October 7, 2023. It's something on those lines. They were having celebrations on that day, and it is something close to that only. So if it can happen in a place like Bondi in Sydney, and it can happen anyway. So therefore, the Israelis, they have to be doubly safe and secure, and need to protect themselves well, because they could become a target anywhere and everywhere. So that is one point. Second point is, I think everyone in the world has to come together and address it squarely and boldly in a most comprehensive manner. We can no longer in 21st century call somebody's terrorist as a freedom fighter and a freedom fighter as a terrorist. We have to have a common definition, go by the regional interpretation of the meaning, and evolve a counter strategy to deter and address such kind of threats to mankind. Back to you, Thomas.
Yes, Sudhakar-ji, do stay with us as we have an update on the death toll from Bondi Beach. And according to reports, at least 10 people have been killed in the shooting incident. This toll includes one shooter, while one other is reportedly injured and being treated. Reports also indicate that at least 12 others have been injured. This toll may rise. Further updates are awaited. Sudhakar-ji joins us once again. Major General G, of course, since October 2023, we've seen attacks and threats against Jewish communities across Europe, North America and Australia. Of course, this coincides with the October the 7th attacks of 2023. In fact, in Australia, it's even worse with the anti-Semitic attacks since that day 2 years ago, just over 2 years ago now, has increased fivefold. What connects these incidents internationally? Is it online spiraling, online radicalization? What exactly is it that's causing people to take violent action against Jewish communities worldwide?
That's a great question, Thomas, because radicalization once upon a time required people to move physically, report to one particular center of training, and radicalization used to be a theoretical coaching and education followed by practical handling of situations as to how one undertakes the process of radicalization. These days, the internet and the Gen Z category kind of people and the social media, they have replaced the physical movement. What used to be taught manually and physically once upon a time, way back in 90s, is being done on internet. Like it has happened in New Orleans. You had a veteran from Special Forces sometime close to, I think, 20th of January 2025, who drove a vehicle. So it was something on those lines. So like he's been indoctrinated or radicalized by the ISIS. Same is the case with way back in 2016. If you take your mind back, both Germany and France, they witnessed, lorry drivers driving the lorries with steel beams into places of celebration, knocking off 86 people dead and 286, becoming casualties. And a similar thing happened in Berlin as well. And this year itself in Berlin, it has happened 5 times. So these are the new normal of terrorism. One has to be mindful of these kind of things. And on investigation, you will be surprised to learn that both these people in France as also Germany, way back in 2016, they were found that they belong to Tunisia and they have been indoctrinated or radicalized by ISIS. So same is the case with the American at New Orleans. He had been radicalized by the ISIS. There are many such cases which are coming to light. So therefore we have to guard against such kind of things, educate our people, sensitize them, and undertake anti-radicalization measures and put them into effect in a much more comprehensive and holistic manner. Back to you, Thomas.
Yes, we are joined by Ben Aris. He is a